Safe to say the Creed brothers have created quite an impact since their debut with WWE and Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago. Since then, they've gotten impressive victories against the Alpha Academy in their debut, no less. Against one half, the weaker half, the non-tag champ half of the Judgment Day in JD McDonough, and former North American champion, but back then he was still North American champion, Dominic Mysterio. And they've also won Tag Team Turmoil, where they beat a slew of teams to become the number one contenders to the tag team titles currently held by the other half of Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damien Priest. And that basically makes them number one contenders. Obviously, they are the number one contenders, and they are next in line for a shot at Tag Team Gold. But last night on Monday Night Raw, the Creed brothers were pretty busy on the broadcast. They appeared 2 or 3 times. They saved R-Truth from a beatdown by the entire Judgment Day. They appeared on that segment of the show, and that segment made sense. They are the number one contenders. They do have a match set in the next few weeks, maybe next week, maybe on the day one edition of Monday Night Raw, where it was also announced Seth freaking Rollins was going to defend his title against Drew McIntyre in a rematch from Crown Jewel. Looking forward to that. But they also came to the aid of the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes during his encounter with Shinsuke Nakamura. And that, well, that's a bit of a, how can I call it? A bit of a trick by WWE, I might say. Because the Creed brothers have nothing to do with Cody and Nakamura's current feud, their current stance, their current program on Monday Night Raw. But even though the Creed brothers have done an impressive job of showcasing their skills, Brutus, Julius in the ring, they've been quite impressive in the ring. They've done enormous things. Whenever you do hit that, I believe it's the Brutus bomb, that's always impressive to see. And they've been racking up wins on the Red brand. It does seem like WWE wants to get him in the fans and the WWE Universe's good graces just before they get that shot against the Judgment Day for the Tag Team Championships. And I can't help but think that the only reason that they want that to be a possibility, that they want the fans fully behind them, is because the Creed brothers are going to end up taking those tag team titles off of the Judgment Day in the next few weeks. Again, I'm firmly expecting it to be on day one, because here's a play that I expect WWE to make on the day one edition of Monday Night Raw, January 1st, 2024. The Creed brothers beat Finn Balor and Damien Priest to become the brand new, undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. And that quite literally creates a shift in power in terms of how the Judgment Day has been running things on the Red brand, because Dominic Mysterio just lost his North American Championship, and then you got the tag team titles gone, which just leaves mommy Rhea Ripley as the Women's World Champion. She's not going to lose that title until WrestleMania at least. Here's where the main event comes in play. Seth freaking Rollins retains against Drew McIntyre. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if Drew McIntyre beats Seth Rollins, although I don't think that would be a smart idea, because again, you do want to protect Seth freaking Rollins as much as possible, because at this point it's pretty much set in stone. He's going to main event night 1 of WrestleMania against CM Punk at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. That's just me throwing it out there right now. But after that match, after that main event world title match, out comes Damien Priest, cashes in the title. We get rid of the briefcase. We get rid of that threat for Rollins, for Punk down the line. And we go from there. And the Judgment Day gets some of their power, gets some of their momentum back with them having the World Championship on Monday Night Raw. Now, I'm not knocking the Creed brothers at all with this plan. I'm not saying that it's the only reason they would ever become tag team champions. They're former NXT tag team champions. They're former Dusty Classic tag team tournament winners. And again, they're one of the best pure athletic, technical, whatever you want to call it, tag teams on Monday Night Raw in WWE completely. So all in all, it does make sense to put the titles on the Creed brothers, because they are a very impressive tag team. It just surprises me that WWE is putting so much stock in getting them these wins and putting them over and getting them in the WWE Universe's good graces, To the point that I firmly believe that because they're doing this, because they're not shoving them down our throat, because again, I still consider them a favorite with the fans. I don't think they're being shoved down our throat, but they are giving them wins to gain momentum. They are giving them these moments to really get in the fans' good graces so that when they do win, when they do beat the Judgment Day for the tag team titles, they get a slightly bigger reaction than they would have if they hadn't been getting this type of treatment. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me throwing a plan. WWE is planting seeds right now in terms of what's going to go down on day 1, January 1st, 2024 of Monday Night Raw. But again, those are my thoughts. Again, I firmly think, and I would put money on the fact that the Creed brothers will beat Finn Balor and Damien Priest for the tag team titles in the very near future. Otherwise, I don't think there's other tag teams that could get anywhere close. Maybe DIY if they build them up the right way. I don't know. If you have a different opinion, if you have a different tag team in mind, leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. In the meantime, tune in later on tonight to NXT for another episode. Tune in later on tonight to the USA Network to NXT, where Dragon Lee will have his first appearance as the brand new North American champion. I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.